for some hammer curls. Yep. 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 PR right there. Hammer curls in the labyrinth. The manly way. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for watching. So here we are in the labyrinth. After setting that PR on the hammer curls, decided to do some bench press. So my original plan was to do 3 sets again with 225, but this time I wanted to do more reps. I was able to get more reps on the first set, but after the first set, I wasn't able to get more reps on the second and third, so I added a fourth set to get the goal I kind of wanted. You know, I wanted to have 3 sets, but I had 4 sets, a little bit more volume. I think I got a little impatient, and I didn't really rest between sets. The only rest I had was the amount of time it took to pause and play the video. But it was good. You know, one thing that was very surprising is my triceps were so pumped up and very, they weren't fatigued, but because of the pump was there was so much blood in the triceps, I was having a hard time contracting them, which that was a very new experience for me. You know, the muscles weren't tired, but they were just so pumped up that I had a hard time contracting them. So that's good, you know. So I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get a crazy pump, crazy amount of blood in the muscles, and teach my body to be able to train hard, continue the level of performance, while at the same time managing the lactic acid, not letting it build up and becoming to the point where it's too much. But right here, this is a good set, you know, a little hissy fit, you know. So I was doing some pull-ups, and the towel ripped, and I felt bad for the towel. The towel was in a lot of pain, so I decided I'm going to be a good guy and put it out of its misery. So after the towel has been laid down to its final resting place, I decided to change the plan because the towel is no longer there and go back to what we did last week, the fingertip pull-ups. Now I want to do more of a neutral grip, but as you can see, the towel didn't hold up. Now, I've done plenty of towel pull-ups before with that towel, but that towel was definitely worked. You know, I've had it for a long time. I've done a million exercises with it, so it served its purpose. Another thing you saw before that is the Country Crush, the rolling handle pull-ups. That was the original plan. The towel was plan B, but I was just too sore from arm wrestling the day before. My hands and my wrists were just completely shot that I needed to do something that was a little bit less on the hands. But as after the pull-ups, went to dips. The dips were good. Now I was expecting a similar problem with the bench, you know, just everything getting pumped up so bad that it's getting hard to contract. Now that was true on the first set. You know, I think my first set I hit less reps than my second and my third. You know, so I don't know if I got a good rhythm, but I think my posture was a little bit better. I think my shoulders were in a better position, you know, which allowed everything to work better. Yeah, that was a good set. Everyone felt good. Now, these are fast forward. Everything from here on is fast forward. I want to say twice as fast. So what I'm doing here is isometric at the top. I did 3 different sets. This one is the pronated grip. I want to say the next one I do is the neutral, and then I finish up with the supinated grip. And then if you watched last week, this is so I'm straight. My elbows are straight, and I'm kind of supinating and pronating from the hand, and kind of absorbing the motion through the elbow. Plus at the same time, while the weights are down, my fingertips are, I'm not squeezing, I'm clamping, and I'm clamping as hard as I can while twisting. And that creates a nice pump pretty much everywhere in the arm from the shoulder down. Your biceps, your elbows, your fingers, your forearms are burning. So it's great. It's a good exercise. Plus, I feel like arm wrestlers should train more. Now, when I say more, I mean in terms of keeping everything healthy, more open range of motion. When you used to being so specific all the time, you create a specific wear and tear on the body. It's kind of like, imagine a car that's only turning left. It's just constantly turning sharp left. As time goes by, it's going to wear down on certain things, and certain things are going to be completely fine. So if you were to straighten that wheel out once in a while, you're going to get a lot more miles out of that car. So what does that mean? If you were going to change your range of motions and add some new recovery lifts, you probably will get more miles out of your body, so that means a longer career, more fun, less pain. Arm wrestling is a little painful, so if you can kind of minimize the pain and maximize the fun, you're in a good spot. Well, let's get back to the workout. So similar as last week, the only difference is this week I did not open up as much. So the week before I was going to the side, which you just saw, and then in front of the peg, so it was a little bit more opened up. Now be careful with this. It's a very unique stress on the body. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm supinating as much as I can, so that the bicep tendon that attaches to the ulna is tight. It has some stress on it. And then I'm keeping that supination, leaning down to the side. That's creating twist on that same tendon. And then what I'm doing is when I touch the table, I went to a dead stop. So what that means is with the dead stop, when you touch the table, you take the tension off of the muscles, the tendons, and ligaments. And then before you start, you have to recreate all that tension and then continue to lift. So it's a good way to create more stimulus on the ligaments and the tendons. And also what I'm doing right here, another good way to get stimulus on the tendons and ligaments is isometrics. So one of the reasons why they're good at training the tendons and ligaments is the time under tension. So I'm doing a minute hold, so that's a minute of tension. And another thing that it's doing is when you're holding the weight, your body is slowly and harder contracting. So over time, it's getting tighter and tighter, creating a more harder contraction. And you can really feel it, Plus, it gets blood into the ligaments, and as most people know, the ligaments and tendons don't have the best blood flow. The best way to get blood into them is kind of move them around, because if you don't really move them, they're not really going to get the best blood flow. So now, I want to say I did maybe 1 minute sets. I think it's 1 minute with these triceps. A little sloppy, but that's all right. It's very light, but my arms are so pumped up. I'm having a hard time just getting the contraction. So I'm using a little momentum just to keep it going. There we go. I think I did 3 sets of a minute, but this is, so I got it wrong last week. Last week I thought I did 1 set of 3 minutes, but I actually did 1 set of 2 minutes and then 1 set of 1 minute. So this week I did 1 set of 3 minutes, and man, it was very fun. So I gotta say, I recommend this to everybody. 3 minutes. Oh, another thing I did too that it was a good idea, if I must say. Anyone knows that we're full of good ideas in Labyrinth. I took that strap. Usually I put it on that bottom thumb joint, that bottom knuckle. But instead this time I put it up high, more high on the thumb. I wasn't really able to get my thumb to pull over, like in terms of how I cap. But man, it was nice. It was a nice little change, different angle. So what I did is I went reps into isometrics. I think at this point, I'm just doing anything I can to just keep it there, because I gotta say, that pump, this was probably the most crazy pump I had. Everything's burning, the thumb's burning, my arm's burning, wrist. It was nice. That was a nice set. And I just had to check to make sure my thumb was still there. Thumb's still there, so we're good. Now, I want to say this is the last exercise I did, if I remember correctly. Now, what this is, it's a isometric at the elbow. So I'm holding, down pressure with the tricep. And then from the hand, I'm supinating in. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I did 3 sets of 1 minute on this. Different things. Sometimes I mess around with the shoulder, sometimes more arms, sometimes trying to feel things out, what does what, so now I'm trying to experiment with a different angle. It wasn't really what I wanted. Now I'm trying to get my shoulder on top, because at this point, got a nice pump. My hand, back of my hand, my pinky's all blown up, It was a good day. But hey guys, thanks for watching. Keep training hard. Until next time, I'll see you around.